How's it going, everyone? Nick Salzman here, Tattoo Medium. I get a chance to do some tattoos and help people with some spiritual matters. We're going to go ahead and continue on with how to develop your inner vision. So inner vision requires a little bit of exercise. You know that part of your mind that when someone says, hey, you remember when we went over to this one place and that thing happened and then that other person showed up? We can see those events in our mind and our memory. That is where we develop our inner vision, by being able to practice those muscles of recalling memory, right? So one of the things I want to challenge, or not challenge, but I would just say, go ahead and try this. What I would say is when you're doing your meditation, when you're doing your prayer, or if you're having anxious feelings and you're just trying to calm down and catch a couple breaths, maybe you need a little break between work and home, right? So what I would say is if you want to exercise some of these muscles, when you sit and relax, close your eyes. For me, I like witnessing being at the beach. Being at the beach or being in the woods. When I'm at the beach, I try and sit and listen. See if I can hear the birds. See if I can hear the waves crash. Then if I can start getting away with some of this visualization, then I kick it up a notch. Then can I see if I can feel the sun radiating down on my skin? Can I feel the wind blowing off of my skin? And what I think is interesting is if you can't quite get this visualization right, think of it like this. If you're in a situation where you're really hot, remember that memory. If you're in a situation where it was really windy, remember that memory. Then try and take your stillness and incorporate that memory part in there, and you're going to be exercising these muscles. This is the kind of stuff that takes developing. So you can't get stronger if we don't exercise the muscles, right? But in our society, we don't really get taught how to exercise this stuff. So visualization is a big part of this, right? But let's talk a little bit about what's the difference between imagination and intuition. This is a big topic. Imagination is something that we can create as we go. We go along with it, or sometimes we think about it and we kind of daydream about it. Okay. Intuition oftentimes is extremely random. It doesn't make any sense, but it's very fast. It's like instant. It's like the very first thing that comes to mind, or it's the very first thing that you hear or think of when someone tells you something, right? And so oftentimes it doesn't make any sense to us, but if we start talking to somebody about what we're getting hit with, all of a sudden they're like, oh my gosh, it's crazy you say that. Oh my gosh, it's crazy you say that. How did you know? Oh my gosh, it's crazy you say that, right? Just tell them you're a good guesser. Works every time. So exercising these muscles, trusting your intuition. This is just something that over time, if you practice it daily, even just a little bit daily, I think you're going to find it builds really quick. And as soon you start getting to the point where not only can you see stuff in your mind's eye, you can hear stuff, you can feel stuff, textures, and maybe even taste and smell things, or some of the other different clairs that are out there. Hope you guys liked it. See you on the next one.